Welcome back to a review series I haven't done a video for in almost a year. This is Death Note Review Part 2. Yeah, the reason why I haven't bothered to review anything else related to Death Note is because I've been reviewing other things like Comic Corners, other new anime series I wanted to try out. That's mainly the reason why. And this one I'm reviewing a film that I've had frequent requests, my friend Edgar, to get a chance to watch, and here are my thoughts on it. The Death Note movie that came out last year. I got a chance to watch it. Oh boy, this particular film. The film is bad, but it's not an awful movie to watch. Visually, the film is fantastic. The gritty noir stuff fits perfectly with Death Note. Gotta praise the director for that. The special effects are fantastic. I love the special effects for the film, and the fact that the violence in the film is the same level of violence we had both from the anime and the manga. Gotta praise it for that. The actual Death Note itself, very accurate to how it's depicted from both the anime and the manga. And Ryuk. William Dafoe, fantastic job with this role. I mean, appearance-wise, even though he just did the voiceover, and it's of course the guy in the suit, got at least got to praise the fact this guy. You can definitely say, "Yep, this is definitely Ryuk." Got the right voice, right mannerisms, and he eats apples. Another high praise. There's a couple of high praises for the film. L, fantastic job the actor did with him. Got his mannerisms right, and the fact the way he sits, having his legs like up to his chest. Yeah, that is how L sits a lot, and he tends to hold stuff like this or yeah. But the one thing you don't see him do is hold a cell phone. Yeah, you don't hear him hold a cell phone at all. Let's see. Watari, very accurate to how he's expected in the manga, except they changed his ethnicity. Yeah, in the manga and anime, the guy is white. Here he's played by an Asian actor. No idea why. Now, in the case of there's a few other positives. One, the actor who plays Light, you could definitely say, yeah, they were spot on when they cast this guy. But man, Light is a pussy. I mean, the guy is terribly written. He's probably by far the worst written character of the whole entire film. He's the main character. How can you screw this up? How can you screw up the main character? I mean, yeah, they do get some stuff right from the manga. Like, aside from some characters and some visual cues, they have Light basically find Death Note just lying on the ground after falls from the sky. That is actually true. They have both in the manga and anime. He finds him while walking. Though they do make some very stupid changes, like having him helping 15 students cheat on their homework. I'm like, what the heck is this? This is stupid. Also, those of you thinking about the character who's his girlfriend in the movie, is that Misa Misa? Nope. She's a completely original character made up from the movie. Yeah, she's based upon Light's psychopathic tendencies. Though they do pull some other things from the manga, like when they had those 12 FBI agents die. In the film, they have it where his girlfriend did it. In the anime and manga, it was all Light. Light was a lot more conniving and evil in the manga. Here, the guy's terrible. And I still don't know really the reason why they gave a lot of stuff, that all the traits that he's known for, give it to a girl. Yeah, this was stupid. As for Light's father, I would say he's okay written-wise. I don't care for the fact that they couldn't have a team of investigators work with him like they did in the anime manga. Here is just a detective who's got his own office for some reason, even though, from what I've seen from other that related to cops, detectives don't usually get their own office. Usually it's detectives who, usually sergeants, lieutenants, or captains. Not somebody who's just a gold shield detective. Yeah, you have to have like a cap. Now, in the manga anime, he was a captain in the Japanese police force. Here, he's just a detective in the Seattle PD. Now, as for why in the world they switched from Tokyo to Seattle, because it's made by an American company. That's the only reason why. And they cast pretty much almost an entirely white cast, with the exception of L and Watari. Yeah, those are the only two that were not white. Watari's played by I think he's a Japanese actor, and L was played by a black man. Did I have a big problem with this? Not really, no, because mannerisms wise, he pretty accurate. He's a bit messy, like he is in the manga, though he's very emotionless, and he's usually looks like half the time, he looks like he doesn't sleep when you see him. Here, he looks like he gets plenty of sleep. Yeah, it's like, couldn't they at least put some makeup on him? Look like he has bags under his eyes. Look like he has much sleep. Like, Watari mentions, like, asked him twice in the film, like, what was the last thing you got any sleep? And the first time, it was 41 hours. So, he's been awake for almost 2 days. The second time he asked him this, he says he's awake for 31 hours. Basically, he's awake for like a day and a half. Or the day, like, a little over a day. And his obsession with figuring out that Light is Kira, yeah, that is completely accurate, but how he reveals this is quite stupid. He overreacts. He downright almost nearly tries to kill Light just because he's Kira. Though, I should point out, though, in the anime manga, it was the media who dubbed him Kira. In the movie, Light comes up with a name completely at random. Yeah, and the name also traces to Japanese, which means they could possibly have the character be from Japan. The kill from Japan. Yeah, and as for him be like killing a bunch of criminals, yeah, that's completely accurate from the manga. Some of the rules they have here for how the Death Note works is quite stupid. Apparently only the holder of the Death Note can see Ryuk, which that makes no sense at all, because in the manga anime, about half the cast saw Ryuk. I mean, not only Light, else has seen him. Light's father has seen him. His whole squad has seen him. In the film, it seems like that Ryuk is like a figment of Light's imagination. I'm like, seriously? You couldn't have his girlfriend touch the Death Note and have him see it? I'm like, that change was completely stupid because, like I said, the entire cast has seen Ryuk. I mean, not only are we missing Misa, we're also missing her Shinigami, who is a female Shinigami, mind you. Missing her. We're missing the investigative team. I'm kind of like, okay, if you can make a Death Note movie, can you at least try to be a little bit more accurate to the source material, aside from a few characters? My apologies for that. It's my niece and my brother's dog decided to come in here. Yep. Let's see, what else? Let's see. Oh yeah, there's a couple problems I have with Ryuk. One, you never see him fly at all. Yeah, that's something like, okay, you can use wire work to move around the actor. That's not that. I mean, yeah, I looked at the budget of this movie. Apparently, this movie is made on a $40 million budget. Okay, fine, whatever. You can at least afford wire work. I mean, heck, one of the biggest scenes of the film is basically done with via wire work. You have to kind of have Ryuk fly. Another problem I have with Ryuk is they never explain in the film why he eats apples. Because in the manga anime, they do bother to explain why he eats an apple. The reason why he eats apples is, well, he's addicted to them. Just like people addicted to cigarettes. So, yeah, it's basically like his own nicotine. I'm happy the fact they included the whole thing of him eating apples. But in the film, he only eats 2 apples the entire film. And throughout the course of the series, he eats a good, like, about 3 dozen apples. While in the film, he only eats 2. He eats 1 the first time he's seen, and the second time is when he shows up at Light's house. Okay. As for how Light reacts to meeting him. Now, in the manga anime, Light met Ryuk in his bedroom. In this film, he met him in the classroom, and he screams like crazy. He screams like he's like a child running away from some ghost. Yeah, and the whole classroom turned into a big mess. And oh yeah, by the way, he's actually given attention for the illegal student thing. But as for the bully who basically beat the crap out of him, yeah, he's never punished. Nope, never punished. One of two characters basically Light really want to see punished and never get punished. In the case of the bully, they never explain the reasoning why he does get punished. In the case of the other person, which this person apparently killed Light's mother, and he got away with it because he's rich. So I'm like, and I agree with Light. Like, why in the world couldn't you just stop this guy from being released? Yeah, they don't bother to explain it. And there's no mention of Light's sister. Yeah, she's nowhere to be seen in this whole film. Also, why in the world would you have to have Light's mother get killed before the start of this series sort of story? Because in the manga anime, his mother's perfectly fine. I mean, she's a great supporting character. His sister is a great person as well. But as for Light, like, I don't know why they never mention him having a sister. And as for why they had to have his mother die before the start of the story, I have no idea why. Yeah, so Light's first two victims are the people that should have been punished in the first place. Yeah, how did these people die? Well, he writes in a death note that the bully gets decapitated. How? With a ladder. Slices his head clean off. Yeah, that is simply very accurate to the level of violence in the manga that they've seen. Yes? Second. My apologies for that. Okay, yes. Let's see. What else? Oh yeah, another thing I didn't like about this particular film is how the police react to Light's father James. By the way, he's frequently called by L by his first L calls Light's father by his first name a lot in the film. In the series, he actually addressed him by his last name frequently, though it's a Japanese thing. Here, I kind of get the reasoning why that he frequently addresses him by his first name, because it's the American thing. Fine, whatever. Uh, and as for L, like having like a limo, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Why couldn't they have him stay in a hotel or with that fancy building that apparently L guy had a chance to purchase? That would be interesting to see in the movie. But nope, never saw that. I don't know if this building ever existed in the live action film the Japanese made or in the live action TV series, because this building was fantastic. You have like light, you have cameras all over the place and lights frequently being watched. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed this particular part of the manga where they introduced this building, and then eventually, because Light, because L died, they have Light take over the building. Yeah, and of course, later on, of course, he moves out and gets his own apartment with Misa, and they get briefly engaged. Here, it's just, it looks like that L has James taken to, Light's father taken to like some random warehouse. Yeah. They never explain where this is. Oh yeah, and the whole thing with Light having access to the Seattle database, yeah, that's completely accurate from the manga. Yeah, him having access and using that to kill these criminals, and have these criminals do random things. Yeah, that's pulled direct from the manga. That's completely accurate. My overall really big problem when it comes to like this film is with the characters and how they're written, and the unnecessary changes they made for certain people. I mean, let's see, Light's father being very dismissive, very argumentative with his own son, and I get the fact that he was happy to see that the man who murdered his wife got killed. Yeah, how he died is one of the most bizarre ways I've ever seen anybody killed. Yeah, where he apparently chokes on a potato and accidentally stabs himself with a steak knife. Excuse me. Yeah, the series had very bizarre ways how characters died. Mm-hmm. Or they had characters that have a heart attack. And they did have a scene where Light had to kill a hostage taker. Yeah, in the show it was, there was a hostage taker in the show as well, and it was basically not like his own family taken hostage. Oh no, they changed that for the film. In the original series, it was a large group of people who took hostage, and then Light just wrote his name in the death note, and the guy dies of a heart attack. Here, he dies by dropping his gun, doing a military salute, and then walks in front of a SWAT van. And the SWAT van runs him over. Yeah, very over the top of how they kill him. And then by halfway through the film, it's like, oh, it revealed that he apparently killed 400 people. I'm like, that is a lot. Also, Light's love interest in the film. They apparently slept together a lot. Light in the manga apparently never slept with Misa at all. Never did. It's implied he may have at some point, but never shown frequently over the course of an entire series. Yeah, and then revealed that, and then during the last 20 minutes, apparently he pre-planned the whole entire thing. Okay, I can kind of believe that because he has done stuff like this in the actual series, so I didn't have a problem with that. Having Watari die well before and having L alive at the end, yeah, that change was completely stupid. And also, why in the world they couldn't have the Shinigami eyes in this film? Yeah, that made no sense at all. I mean, that was a good plot device to have, but nope, couldn't have the Shinigami eyes. Heck, they never even mentioned this whole film at all because it's referenced in the series that the Shinigami eyes were offered at one point to Light, but he would have to have to cut off half his life force in order to get them. He declined it. Misa, she actually got the Shinigami eyes, and of course her lifespan got cut in half, and she got it twice. Second time she got her even half of what she had left. Yeah. I'm trying to think here. What else? Trying to think what else they didn't have in here besides Shinigami eyes and Misa. Oh yeah, the female Shinigami. Never seen the whole film. Nope. I don't know why they had only one. Another problem I have with the film, we never saw the Shinigami world at all. In the anime, it's been shown a few times. In the film, never see it. We don't even know how Ryuk even got to Earth. In the anime, they actually bothered to show how he got to Earth. He basically fell through a giant portal. He fell through a portal that leads from his world to our world. Yeah, at least the manga and anime bothered to explain it. In the film, he just, oh look, he's there. It's Ryuk. Yeah, that was another problem I had with him. Let's see. Watari, I would say he's one character who I did a lot. I did enjoy him. Not much a problem with him aside from the fact that how he died was stupid. He's searching for L's real name at this abandoned mansion of all things, and he's about to reveal who L is, and he gets killed by machine gun fire. I'm like, what? What is this? Why in the world would you have these guys show completely out of nowhere? Yeah, this was never explained in the film. Okay, how did these guys know he was there? And two, how the heck did they know the guy's name? Also, they never. Also, another problem with him is that they never bothered to explain that Watari is a rich man. Yeah, in the manga and anime, the guy was an inventor. Here, he's just some handler of L, and he basically has known him for since he was a child. I get that relationship. I'm glad they included that because, well, he practically raised L. Yeah. Though I highly doubt we're going to have Nier and Milo in these films. I highly doubted that because these two were meant to be replacements for L after L got killed by the female Shinigami. Let's see. Anything else? Oh, yeah. Apparently, at the end, Light's father has no problem with him killing criminals. Excuse me. Yeah. Also, this is something also that's completely true from the manga anime. There was a website dedicated to Kira. Yep, there was. That's another thing they did get correct. It's just that mostly, a lot of the changes they made, it was not to the overall... I mean, they did pull a lot of stuff from the manga anime, but mostly involved the characters. I mean, I would say the only thing got correct about Light is him using the police database to hunt down criminals, him having criminals do wild things, and him writing stuff down in the Death Note. Oh, and him killing a hostage taker, which that is true. I would say mostly everything else that was completely inaccurate about him. Light's father, barely recognizable. I mean, if you could think of it, yeah, he's just one thing. He doesn't have any facial hair because in the manga anime, Light's father's got a mustache. Here, the actor is clean shaven. Like, what? The actor couldn't grow a mustache? And yet, Watari had facial hair, except he had a spot instead of a mustache for some reason. Yeah, that wasn't it. I don't know why. I think it wouldn't hurt for him to grow a mustache, but I guess that was the actor. L, with the exception of him being overreactive Light, I would say mostly they got him correct, except him randomly finding a Death Note because Light just happened to reference where a page of Death Note was, and him trying to write down Light's name at the end. And, yeah. And the way the film ends, yeah, where it implies to have a sequel, and then, like, of course, we have a sequel coming out soon. I don't know when. Yeah. I would think Netflix would not have done a sequel because of the negative reception the film got, or the mixed reception. But no, because they got a higher number of viewers, probably. That's probably the reason why they did a sequel. And yet they're not doing a sequel to Defenders for some reason, even though it was a pretty enjoyable season. Like, I don't mind if Netflix does original films. They're good at doing original content. It's just that for this, they dropped the ball on Death Note. I do believe that. I mean, yes, they pull a lot of cues from the actual series, but yeah, changing the setting, changing the characters. Yeah. Aside from that, that's really it. What rating do I give the film? I give the film I give it a 7 out of 10. Yeah. 7 out of 10. Like I said, and here's the high praises of the film. The visuals, Ryuk, Watari, and L, very accurate. Like, I love the performances by the actors who portrayed them. And let's see, what else? I kind of like the direction they're taking the thing, and that's it. Oh, yeah, and the very accurate stuff they pulled directly from the series. I like that as well. Otherwise, though, that's really it. So, I do have another video I'm planning. I'm going to do it a little bit later. It's another Comic Corner. It'll be my 797th episode. You'll find out what it is when I get a chance to view, okay? But do see you next video. Bye.